starting it off early will be the most helpful in terms of diminishing all the unwanted, or most of the unwanted behaviors as much as you can, and also to get them in a place where they can socially function and have a lot of coping skills, especially for the kids who have a lot of these like sensory aversions, things like they don't like loud noises, or they always have to be touching a blanket or something like that. So a lot of those coping mechanisms, I think, will be maximized if they do start early. It's still considered the gold standard for treatment for kids with autism. I would think that they still use basically kind of the same one-on-one therapies, focusing on four main aspects, which is the expressive, receptive language, cognitive learning, self-help skills, and social skills, called discrete trialing. So it utilizes a lot of repetition, modeling, prompting to get the kids to kind of modify their behavior. It's very one-on-one, so that, hence the term discrete trialing. So they are, it's very intensive, and it's very focused on like this one thing that you want to modify on their behavior. So we start screening for autism at the 18-month visit. So we use a modified checklist for autism in toddlers, the MCHAT, and that actually covers things like, does your child make eye contact? Can he point at things? Is he easily startled by loud noises, or does he talk? Have there been any developmental delays? And usually based on that, if they fail at maybe more than 2, then we kind of get concerned of, hey, maybe we should get him at least evaluated to see if he doesn't meet criteria for it. So that's at 18 months, and we also redo that screening at 2 years old too. So as I mentioned, it's not necessarily like hand in hand with autism, but in terms of like developmental delays, those we track at every well visit starting from 2 weeks old, at 2 months, 4 months, 6 months, there on out. And that kind of highlights the importance of making sure that you're going to all the well visits, so that way we can continue to track that, because if we haven't seen you for a year and we notice that, oh, he hasn't been talking this whole time, that could have been something that we could have addressed before. So that could have been easily, not easily, but that could have been addressed by a trip to the audiologist to see if he just has some congenital hearing issues. Or if there was some sort of genetic issue that was missed, the reason why the child wasn't walking, like did we miss a possible SMA or some sort of muscular dystrophy, or did the child suffer some sort of ischemic injury or a stroke while they were young, and that's why they're not moving the right hand or something like that. So it's definitely highlights the importance of always going to these well visits, so that way we can continue to see, okay, you're tracking on here. It looks like you're a little bit behind at 6 months old. Maybe this is some stuff that you can do by the time we see him again at 9 months old. We have the screening forms, the ASQs, the Ages and Stages Questionnaires, that kind of highlights what a child should be doing or is expected to be doing at that certain age. So if we see that the child is kind of falling behind at 6 months old, we can give them the one for 9 months old as a type of homework for them to kind of work on. And if it's really looking like they're very far behind, that's when we would involve early intervention, in this case, infant toddler services here in Riley County. It's a nice service